host, Jenbelle, as always. Welcome back. So I have a very, very special review for you guys. I was so kindly sent a movie by Mr. Stephen Gaffney, in which he actually wrote and directed this movie. And that movie I am talking about is Red Room. Now, there's a few different Red Rooms circulating around. Like, I know there's a 2019 one. Depending on where you look this one up, it will say anywhere from release date of anywhere from 2017, 2018, 2019. I'm just saying. But this has actually officially been like released, I guess, on physical media in 2019. So just to give you guys a little heads up. But no, from what I understand, from what I get, this was made back in 2017-ish. Stephen, if I am incorrect on that, I do apologize. Please feel free to leave the comments, your comment in the comment section. I will make sure to pin it, so that way everyone has the correct information about this movie. And I know that this is currently on Amazon Prime, not for free. You could rent it or buy it. I think renting it is starting out at like about $4 for standard definition. You could buy it for, I think, just under like $10, I think. So either way, either option, you guys. But no, this movie, first off, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you guys, not all of you guys are gonna like this movie. It's not up everyone's alley. Quite frankly, this is the type of movie that I'm surprised I actually liked more than I did, because this is actually a movie that I typically am not like the fondest over, but I'll always, check them out and stuff. I actually, I did actually enjoy this movie very much. What it was for me for this movie is the sort of social commentary on this. Let me kind of get into sort of what this movie's about. That way you guys could kind of understand what I'm talking about with like some like social commentaries and everything. So Red Room is about this pretty much underground. I want to say almost like YouTube or whatever, like sort of like the dark web version of YouTube, basically, where people will sign on, watch these videos and everything of men literally torturing and killing young women that they have abducted. So they're right there. You guys can kind of see where I'm talking about, like some social commentaries. We're hearing it all the time here in the States. Obviously, I'm sure over in Ireland and stuff, and all these other places. Obviously, things like this. Similar things are happening, especially like out here. I'm always getting people kind of sending me things such as, careful with like Uber or something. Because I do Uber, every so often. So they're always like, people are always like, be careful. It's like sex trafficking and stuff and blah, blah. So, like things like that are kind of infused in this movie, where you hear similar stories. And it's like, what? But it's like, stuff like this happens. Sickening stuff like this happens. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys in this movie. I won't, because I know a lot of you guys have not had a chance to watch this movie yet. But, no, it's a terrific little movie. And, at one point, like one of the guys who's kind of running the show was almost, I think he was almost kind of like toying with some of the people, some of the regulars that are watching this of, like they can't quite get online or something, or it's like something where they can't view the video. And the guy's just being a troll, is like, oh, well, we have the pay-per-view option. They're like, what? And then kind of puts in a stipulation of, okay, well, whoever wins like the highest bid gets to choose what we do to the person you guys are watching. So things like that are just so kind of sick and twisted in this movie that it's just like, oh. And I will give you guys a little bit of warning. There's going to be some squeamish moments in this. Nothing where I feel like it's going to completely Rocky or anything. Like, it's definitely not going to be like Mexico Barbaro for me. Nothing like that. A few little things where and it's not really necessarily like rape that I'm talking about, but just certain little things. Like at one point, one of the girls is like being dragged out, and she's literally like clawing the floorboards, and like her nails are just popping up, like little things like that where I'm like, oh. Another scene where a girl is like literally getting her knees just totally bashed in. You're like, ow, ow, just little things like that, that, like I said, will kind of make you squeamish, but I was okay with, and you guys know, like, if there is something in a movie that is really like, then I will say something about it, but I think most of you guys will be able to stomach this. I think you can. So, but no, this is just, terrific, terrific little film. Oh, I think people, even with kind of the warning of not everyone's going to like this movie, I still think people should really check it out, just simply for the fact of, like I said, kind of like the social commentary, and like the fact that, we are seeing so many people just like being randomly abducted for various reasons, such as, most commonly, it seems like a lot of people we hear are being abducted for like sex trafficking and everything. Almost like this, very much sort of like this. And here's the thing too, like the guys that are watching this, like, are sick and twisted themselves. Like, and I think the guys actually who are watching this, because I know at one point they're like, oh, blah blah blah, America. And one of the guys, is like sitting at his computer screen waiting for the show to start. And like one of them is like even like jacking off to this and everything. Like it's like a weird sexual thing for some of these guys. It's like, oh, because you would stop and think, because when Jeffrey, or I'm sorry, Jeffrey, when Steven was telling me about the premise of this movie, I was a little hesitant for, like, well, God, that's, that I like that concept and everything, but what kind of, like, pervs in this movie would be watching this? Like, yeah, no, there's some sick, disgusting, perverted people out there who would actually watch this, who do watch this kind of crap on the dark interwebs and everything. It's just, but no, it's one of those things that, for anything else, at least watch kind of for some of the social commentaries and everything. I mean, it's not necessarily like Get Out, and where it's gonna like, it might like, make your head spin or anything, but it's just some of that, like low, I don't even want to say low key, but just some of that stuff that, you do literally hear, I don't know how many times I can say to you guys, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, so oftentimes we hear on the news or read in the newspapers and stuff, different headlines on the internet and everything of like, oh, so-and-so, age 16, was kidnapped for sex trafficking, or for a drug lord, or this or that or whatever. So things like this to be put into a movie like this, I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing that people are getting abducted, but you guys get my gist. Definitely check this one out, you guys. Like I said, it is a decent one. It is, once again, Steven, thank you for sending this to me. I greatly appreciate it. And I mean, honestly, and I don't even know, Steven, I don't even want to like necessarily like a plug or anything, but this definitely, get with the guys at Horror Pack, because I don't know if you have this on Blu-ray yet, but I'm thinking maybe sometime down the road, do a little, like, limited edition or something. I mean, I'm just saying, because, I mean, I actually enjoy it that much that I want more people to check this one out. Like, honestly, seriously. So, but yeah, definitely check it out. I know a couple of you guys, on Instagram were kind of saying, oh, I've seen this kind of like at the stores and stuff, kind of debating on it. I would think, depending on how much it is, I would, I should say, depending on how much it is, but how much a store's actually charging for it, definitely, throw a few bucks at this film and, get a copy. I think it's definitely worth, having something a little different from your normal horror movie in your collection, whatever type of horror you like. So, but no, definitely, just a terrific little film. Like I said, once again, Steven, thank you for sending this to me. Awesome movie, story, and everything. You did a great job. You really did. So, but till next time, as always, you guys, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.